Hello, welcome to day 14 of Inktober Tangles Challenge 2025. I'm Annett, CZT from Croatia. And today we have a tangle by Annett Rümpler. She has some amazing tangles and talents. The name of this tangle is Shogi. And just a fun fact, Shogi in Croatia is like a cute word for a sister or brother-in-law. But anyway, I don't think it's the German word for the same thing, so let's just move ahead and start drawing Shogi. And Shogi starts very similar to the way that we started mythograph. So I will start it here from the very corner of the tile. And after I draw this central stem, which is basically the same as the one in mythograph, right near the bottom of that, I will add an orb that's hidden behind it. So 2 half circles. And I know that my 2 halves are not actually halves, so it's not symmetric, but that's fine. I'll just disregard it. In the step out, they should be more or less the same, but I'm fine with what they look like. Once you do that and add this little piece of rounding in the corners where it's placed, you add an aura line, but it's actually a tethered aura. So it's tethered to the beginning and to the end, but then it just follows the shape of the tangle so far. And once that's done, you add 2 more C lines that basically form another, we can imagine that it's another maybe circle or orb that's placed behind, but we don't see the whole of it because there are always already some shapes in front of it. And of course, add roundings and then add another aura line. And maybe you want to place it in a different space here on your tile. You don't have to follow my example. This might be a little bit awkward as well because it's kind of hanging. It will hang upside down, but that's fine. I don't care. And now I'm tethering these auras a little bit further away towards the center on one side because I'm kind of following the this pencil line for the border. And I will do another one. I don't know why, but I just feel like a desire to do kind of a symmetrical thing on the opposite side of the tile. And I have no idea what it will turn into and if I will be happy with the way that it finally looks. But as you know, I'm willing to take a risk and I'm willing just to follow my instinct and do whatever crosses my mind. And this is what crossed my mind right now. And of course I'm tethering those auras, and here I will just follow the outline of the border. Again not necessary because these border lines are here so we can follow them if we want, but certainly we can also ignore them. So if you prefer to ignore those border lines and just do the tethered aura all around, that's also totally a legitimate choice. I'm doing this little rounding here where these tangles touch my letter, and this now that I turned it towards me, it does look a little bit awkward, but whatever. I'm still willing to go ahead and add whatever tangles will fit in this tile before I call it done. And it's not about the result, you know. If you've been tangling for a long time, then you know that Zentangle isn't about the outcome. It's about the process. It's about being playful. It's about being focused. It's about being accepting of whatever transpires, because as we train ourselves to be accepting of what happens when we draw, this same attitude will kind of mirror itself to other areas in our life, and we will easily make peace with what's happening in our daily life as well, once we decide that it's fine to make mistakes, that usually things don't, or many times things don't transpire the way that we imagine it in some kind of ideal case scenario. And whatever happens, we will deal with it. Whatever our line is, and however imperfect it is, we will accept it and we will just play along. So I'm playing along, even if this looks awkward now, it's fine. I'm still working on the tile. I can still add some new components. I can still make things a little bit different. I can still live with this drawing, even if it doesn't look, even if it's funny, you know, even if it looks awkward, it will be fine. It's just a drawing, it's a piece of paper, and I'm happy with the time that I spent with it. And I actually love this. I actually love this tangle. It is a lovely tangle. Maybe I will add just a little bit of white on these spaces or auras that are sticking out. Let me see. Just I'm thinking now how to add a little bit more interest to this tangle, how to add a little bit more volume to it, and what can I do to make it appear a little bit more interesting. So maybe just a few shades between these pods that are placed in different spaces. Oh, that's cute. Maybe a little bit of shade right here. Let's do it on the opposite side too. Just apply the graphite very lightly, because I can always come back with another layer. So I'm doing it lightly now, and if I don't like how intense it is or how not intense it is, I can go back and add another layer and make it darker. However, I don't want to erase things, so I'm adding it one layer at a time. I think it's cute now. It has this wavy appearance to these spaces around the pods, to these auras that it's comprised of. And I think I will maybe add just a little bit more to these straight auras near the center, and then I will take another look at it and call it done. Well, an awkward looking tile, that's fine. I'm fine with it. Let's try to add some life into this letter T. And there's not too much space, so I'm just trying to, while I'm adding highlights, trying not to highlight the whole thing, so that I have space for these shades as well. Just darkening it with the same marker again. As always, you can find the supplies list in the description. And yeah, that's more or less it. Maybe a little bit of white that again, when it comes into the contact with the blue background, it will absorb some of the blue pigment and it will not be bright white. And that's it. I added some depth to the letter T, and I can move on to the next day and next tangle, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for drawing with me. Bye.